Hello and welcome to today's MJ News Digest, May 02, 2021. How you doing? Here are today's headlines. King of Style, MJ, a powerful singer, the MJ trial you never knew existed, rest in peace Mahogany Starling, and what the happens to Square+One. Okay, our first story is from The Express, and it's another one of their positive Michael Jackson articles. Thank you, The Express. Michael Jackson fashion MJ's iconic songs remembered through his clothes. And this is by Jenny Desborough, who has written quite a few positive Michael Jackson articles. So basically, it's talking about Michael Jackson's iconic clothes in relation to his songs. So it's not covering any kind of controversy, which is what we're expecting from The Express. Which is really cool. The Express have been pumping out these positive Michael Jackson stories for about 9 months now, maybe longer. So the first was the Rock With You silver sparkly shell suit, the Thriller red jacket. It's a shame the photos aren't in sequence. The Bad jacket, the Smooth Criminal outfit, the black or white shirt, and the Super Bowl army inspired outfit. It's a nice article, positive read. I will link this in the description so you can read it yourself. But we need more of these types of articles, so thank you very much, The Express. So our next story, this is from explica.co, which is giving us all the latest news from around the world, apparently. This is weird, this story. I've never heard of Explica before, but here we go. So the headline is, nice photo, the headline is, they analysed the powerful voice of Michael Jackson. It is impressive. And this was from May the 1st. A YouTuber from Seville, known in social networks as Sean Track, a musician producer, basically his YouTube channel is how he deconstructs famous songs. And this time it was the analysis of the King of Pop, the iconic Michael Jackson. It says here that, where are we? So he analyzes, I can't speak today, Thriller, and it proves that his voice is as powerful as no other. And it goes on to say that we cannot deny that the timbre of Michael Jackson's voice is phenomenal. Even the music lover himself had to accept that the interpreter's voice does not use any type of filter, and what we hear is his natural voice. It then says, click here to see the full video of the deconstruction, but when you actually click on that, nothing actually happens. Which is annoying. So I went onto YouTube and had a look at this Sean Track channel myself. It looks like it's is that Spanish? It doesn't look like it's in English based on the title. But the Thriller video is from a year ago. So why is this latest news website picking this story up from a year ago? I'm glad they are, because it's positive. But there's another one that I think it was Man in the Mirror, which was uploaded 5 months ago. It's a shame it's in a language that I do not understand. I would love to
Hola, muy buenas
watch
a
these
todos. Aquí
videos.
Sean Track.
Watch a little bit of it. Oh, here we go. What's happened? So yeah, it looks like he's got the stems maybe, and he's analysing Michael Jackson songs. It'd be great if I could understand what he was saying. But thank you, Sean Tracks, and thank you, Explica, for that year-old news story. But anyway, positive nonetheless. This is weird. This is from the Saudi Gazette. This is... it's titled Michael Jackson. It was written yesterday, May the 2nd. No, today, is it May the 2nd today? It is, by Marjot Garab. Right, bear with me with this. American artist Michael Jackson is known worldwide for his legendary and record-breaking music career. The icon, popularly dubbed King of Pop, has had multiple encounters with the law, from intellectual property to family law, personal status, inheritance, and ultimately medical malpractice. Jackson died in 2009 from a medical error. What? In his life, Jackson constantly faced medical issues as his basic features often changed. For God's sake. Taking into consideration Jackson's famous trials with his private doctor over his skin colour change. Taking into consideration Michael Jackson's famous trials with his private doctor over his skin colour changes. Is anyone aware of any famous trial that Michael Jackson had with his private doctor over his skin colour change? I mean, did Michael Jackson take perhaps Mother Nature to court for vitiligo? I mean, absolutely absurd. I don't understand this at all. Then goes on to say that it goes on to talk about additional legislative and procedural amendments in the legal and judicial level, and then it completely forgets about Michael Jackson whatsoever. It talks about insurance, goes on to reference COVID-19, And then bizarrely, it talks about how Saudi Arabia is currently reforming under the leadership of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Salman, I hope I pronounced that name right. Very bizarre. I think what's happened here is this writer wanted to write about the reformation of Saudi Arabia and just put Michael Jackson in the title, so idiots like me would click on it. So obviously it's very clickbaity. I will leave this in the description, the link. Don't click on it. I'll just leave it there for reference purposes. Do not be a fool like I was to click on this article. Dear me. Our next story, unfortunately, is very, very sad. Oh, this is from Syracuse.com. I hope I've pronounced that right. This is one of our own, unfortunately, who died recently. Mahogany Strong, 100 Morn Henninger grad, killed in Syracuse house fire. And there's a photo here of a vigil that was held. Over 100 people with candles and balloons gathered on Garfield Avenue for a vigil in honour of Mahogany Starling, who died Wednesday during a house fire on the street. The vigil was held Saturday, May the 1st, 2021. As I said, Mahogany was a big Michael Jackson fan. We'll get to that in a moment. So over 100 friends and neighbours joined this vigil. Unfortunately, Mahogany died in a house fire on Wednesday. Michael Jackson's Beat It was being played on a portable speaker as more and more people holding candles and balloons filled the sidewalk and the street in front of the Garfield Avenue home. Cora said Michael Jackson's music was her sister's favourite, and throughout the vigil Cora kept shouting Mahogany Strong. Really, really sad, and I know that the MJ fams' thoughts and best wishes and prayers are with Mahogany Starling's family and her friends. And to Mahogany Starling, we hope that you rest in peace. Very sad. So the next story was, I was kind of notified of this by Jess Garcia. As most of you know who have followed this channel for a long time, I have such a love affair with Jess Garcia. She is a beautiful and amazing woman, and she was instrumental in Square+One. And she informed me that Square+One has been taken off the UK and US free streaming platform for Amazon Prime. It's still available on Amazon Prime to rent and buy, but you can no longer watch it for free, which is bizarre because Danny Wu has no idea how this has happened. He certainly hasn't requested this. No one within the Square+One team knows why. So when you type in Square+One, these are the results that come up. The first one is Chase the Truth, a far inferior documentary, in my opinion. But let's just type in the actual title. So the proper title is Square+One Michael Jackson, and see what happens. Here we go. So Square+One comes up. It says it's Prime Video, but it's to rent or to buy. And when you click on it, you cannot stream it for free, which has left the team at Square+One quite perplexed. So I reached out to Amazon this morning, and I would just read you the conversation I had with Amazon. So I asked them, why has the movie Square+One Michael Jackson been removed from Amazon Prime free streaming in the UK and US? And I was informed that Bellum is joining me and will be ready to chat in just a moment. Bellum is from Customer Services. Bellum says, hello, my name is Bellum. Please give me a minute while I read your previous comments, and I'm sorry for the inconvenience this has caused. Thank you very much, Bellum. Bellum then says, pleased to be informed that it totally depends on the content providers. We, Amazon, do not handle it. If the content providers want to remove from Prime, they will. So basically, Bellum is saying that Danny Wu, in effect, has asked for Square+One to be removed from Amazon Prime free streaming. So I replied, the content provider did not want it removed or request it removed and wasn't aware it was removed. Bellum then replied with, I will take this as feedback and will let the appropriate team know about it. I replied with, if Amazon don't handle it and the provider didn't request removal, what would be the reason the film has been removed from Amazon Prime free streaming? And Bellum didn't reply. I'm still waiting for a reply from Bellum. She's obviously, or he, they're obviously a very, very busy, very busy person, people person. It's a shame that Amazon haven't replied and let us know why Square+One is no longer available for free. As I said, you can watch it if you haven't watched it already. You can watch it on YouTube, but the much improved version is on Amazon. You can rent or you can buy it. Keep an eye out on it on Amazon if you're in the UK and US, and let us know why. Let us know if it does reappear. Hopefully it does. It's Very curious as to why it's been taken down. Anyway, our YouTube recommendation of the day comes from Legal Bites, and the video is called "Did the Court Decide Michael Jackson Was Framed? Lawyer Explains," and this is in reference to the hashtag Michael Jackson was framed, which was trending on Twitter yesterday. Really good video, very concise, deals with kind of like, it breaks down what actually happened in court. Interesting. So Legal Bites themselves says that this is in reference to the Michael Jackson was framed hashtag. That Michael Jackson's the lawsuit for Michael Jackson's accuser was thrown out of court. They break down the court order dismissing the case to explain what it all really means. And there's some really good comments here. So before we get to the video, just read some of the comments. AM says, "Good breakdown. Also worth pointing out that Robson's lawsuits have actually been tossed out 3 times by 2 separate judges." I love this from Brock Lancaster. "Plaintiff, are you okay? Are you okay, plaintiff? Because you've been struck by a smooth dismissal." Ow. Someone at Ryan says, "It seems based on your analysis a far reach to win this case. What were they hoping for with this endeavour?" Lots of very positive comments here. 1942 Alicia says, "I never believed them. It's all about money. They keep changing their stories to fit a loophole." I can't read that name. Denise Bowers, hashtag Michael Jackson was framed. Rebecca Harris says, "Great video, thank you," and then goes into like a hypothetical about if it actually went to a civil trial. It's really worth watching this video. It really does break down everything. And Arc Friend says, "I almost feel sorry for Wade if he wasn't a serial liar. His only talent is a dance choreography that was popular in the late 90s, and he hasn't been able to evolve or move on, so instead he tries to cash in on his dead friend's estate." Evil man, wicked man. Anyway, I'll play a little bit of this and leave the full video in the description.
Jackson was framed was trending. As it turns out, the reason why it went trending was because an article was published talking about the dismissal of probably the final case filed by one of Michael Jackson's accusers. The case was filed against 2 of Michael Jackson's corporations, MJJ Productions and MJJ Ventures. Now, if you've read any of these articles, you may be confused as to why this case was dismissed. And that's because the articles are not exactly clear as to the court's reasoning. So in this video, I'm going to go through the actual order issued by the judge and break it down.
And that's it for today's MJ News Digest. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. I really do appreciate it. Please like, comment and subscribe because the best is yet to come.